It's true, I've made over $500,000 from one simple ebook that I created in one day. And to put it lightly, it completely changed my life. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I came up with the idea for this ebook, how I created it and how I sold it, and how you can do this too without selling on places like Amazon or Etsy. Whether you're just starting out or you're ready to start making more money from your content, this video will show you why ebooks are one of the best digital products to get started with and how to turn the knowledge that's already in your head into consistent income. So let's dive in. Even though I've made hundreds, yes, hundreds of different digital products that I've created and sold over the years, the ebook I'm about to share with you was by far one of my top sellers. And that ebook was called Model Call. This was an ebook that I sold for $59 and it was just 13 pages. So at the time I was a full-time photographer running my photography studio. And I noticed that the number one thing photographers were struggling with most was getting more bookings, getting more clients. And I always loved the business and the marketing part more than the photography part. Like, booking clients was not my problem. I love marketing. I am a nerd about marketing and I find it super fun. I know, annoying. And so we had really good systems at my studio for bringing in more clients and booking more clients. In fact, at the time, I was really burnt out because we were bringing in too many clients. So I was looking for a side hustle to start that would be something that could actually free up my time, something that was no longer me trading my time for money like photography was. And photographers did not stop asking me, like, how do you keep booking all these clients? What are your strategies? So I decided to take our top performing strategy that we called Model Call and put it into an ebook that would share over 13 pages, step by step, almost like an SOP with screenshots and everything, step by step what to do to get more bookings in your photography studio. And it was really easy for me to create this ebook because this was already the system we were using in my studio. So I want you to pay attention here to a few important things. Number one, this ebook was created to address the number one most painful problem for my ideal clients. Not like a nice to have or something they mention sometimes, like the number one pain point. This also was a strategy that I had already proven that already worked for me, that I already had documented in my studio that I could just put into a PDF. So it was super easy to create. And it was a proven strategy that worked for us at my studio. So I knew it would work for other people. And I priced it at just $59, which is a complete no-brainer because if you're a photographer, you're probably making somewhere from $500 to $3,000 plus per photo shoot. So to spend $59 in your head, you're probably thinking, well, if I book at least one photo shoot, I'm literally making a ton of money. So this is how this offer became a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer price with a no-brainer offer with something that actually addressed the number one most painful problem for my ideal customers. And at the time, it almost just seemed like I was creating something because people just kept asking me for it, right? And of course, I did hope that eventually it could be something I created once that brought in money over and over again. And luckily that was true. And I was able to see that dream come to life because I was able to create this one 13-page ebook one time and have it sell over and over and over the few years it was for sale. And we did over $500,000 in revenue with a $59 ebook. Like, yes, I thought it would bring me in some sales, but I never in my wildest dreams thought that it would bring me in over $500,000 in revenue. And this was my first real taste of passive income. And I wanted more of it because yes, I loved my photography studio, but I had run that for 16 years and done like anywhere from 2 to 10 photo shoots every single week. And it starts to wear on you because you're gone on the weekends shooting weddings, you're busy during the weekdays shooting portraits. Like, you're probably not a photographer watching this, but if you've ever been a service-based business owner, I'm sure you can relate to trading time for money becoming something that can exhaust you. And so having a digital asset, a digital product that I could create once and sell over and over and over again, like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it was life-changing. And if you want to learn my entire process from discovering your own profitable digital product idea to growing your following to making your first sales to automating your sales for consistent passive income, then go ahead and register your seat for my free on-demand training. It is the first link in the description below this video. Okay, now let's talk about where I think you should sell your digital product and where I think you shouldn't sell your digital product. I do not think you should waste your time selling your digital product on places like Amazon or Etsy or any kind kind of digital marketplace. Now, selling a digital product, I'll admit, it's not as easy as just make a product and make sales. No, if you make a product, okay, let's just imagine you have a digital product made, it's sitting on your computer. Now what? Like, where are you going to sell it? Who's going to buy it, right? And so I think most people right away, their head goes to, well, I need a marketplace, right? I need to sell this on Amazon. I need to sell this on Etsy. I need to sell this on, Gumroad, whatever the place is, right? But I'm here to save you a ton of time and money, okay? So that you do not have to waste your money on listing fees every time you make a listing, so that you don't have to give a percentage of your sales to Amazon and Etsy, which, by the way, I love Etsy, but they are now owned by a company, if not BlackRock, super similar to BlackRock. So they're not like that much better than Amazon, other than you are supporting, creators, because they do get a percentage of the sales. But all these listing fees and all these things, this is money going straight into Bezos's pocket, straight into shareholders' pockets. This is not only a way for you to have to give up a bunch of your profits, but they're also going to a not great place, in my opinion. The other thing is that these marketplaces have become so saturated now, which they love, because now they get to pitch you the idea of, on top of paying listing fees, on top of paying a percentage of your sales, to now pay money to put ads on the platform so that you can stand out from the noise. And I hate to break it to you, but that's how these platforms make money. They make money off you, the seller. You can do a deep dive on this on YouTube. There are like tons of businesses that have shared their stories about how Amazon has completely ruined their business with how much money they take. They are also notorious for creating a complete knockoff of your product or digital product, reposting it under Amazon's name. Like, you can go look up YouTube videos on this. This is a whole rabbit hole I have gone down. So now you might be asking yourself, okay, well, where should I sell my digital product? And how do I sell somewhere that's unsaturated, right? Because yeah, there are tons of people selling digital products. This is a $300+ trillion a year e-learning industry, right? And there are tons of people probably selling a similar digital product to one that you want to sell, which is a great thing, by the way, because it proves there's a market for it. But the question does remain, how do you stand out, right? This is how you're going to stand out. You're going to grow your own following. People are going to watch your videos because they like you. Therefore, they are going to buy your digital product because they like you. Even if your digital product is on a topic that other people have done, right? Look at my digital product. It's a membership called Freedom Creator Club that helps people create and sell their own digital products with YouTube. There are tons of other people out there teaching how to create and sell digital products, right? But how I stand out, I do have the unique spin of teaching people how to create and sell their digital products, but also sell them on YouTube specifically. But also, people come to buy from me because they like me. They resonate with how I teach, how I simplify things, right? And again, there are tons of other people out there teaching that. So please don't fall victim to like, I have to have a completely unique Shark Tank idea. Like, that's actually the worst thing you can do. You want to pick something that has proof that it has sold. And you want to take the time to grow your own following. No one is born with a following, right? People look at me and they're like, well, you have over 100,000 subscribers, must be easy. Yo, I had to start that from scratch like a few years ago, okay? And you're gonna wanna do the same if you want to sell your digital products with ease. Because I will tell you, it will get very easy to sell your digital product if you put the time and effort in to grow a following. And I would highly recommend that you do that on the YouTube platform. Not only because YouTube is one of the platforms that is just converting the best right now, but also because you actually get paid to create content once you get monetized through YouTube AdSense. Okay, so now that you know my story about my ebook, how much money it made, where you should sell your ebook, let's talk about, actually coming up with your ebook idea. So again, I came up with my idea because I was hearing the market say over and over and over again that they were struggling with XYZ, and that XYZ was booking more photography clients. So you need to go, okay, what is your niche and what is the market saying, right? You can go in different Facebook groups, different school communities, Reddit threads, go and really do the research about your niche and see, okay, what is the number one complaint these people have, right? So that's the first thing to do. The other thing that you should do that is really useful is to go and look at your competitors, other people who are selling a digital product the same or similar to the one that you want to sell, and see what is it they're selling? What is the promise, right? How much are they charging? Things like that. So you can start to gather data and see what's actually selling in that niche, in that market. So again, I want you to come up with your idea based on the actual need and pain points of your market and niche, and not based on, well, I think it seems fun to create a journal for moms, right? Like, yeah, sure. If you want this to be a hobby, you can go ahead and create that. But the chances of it selling are slim to none unless you have a audience of moms where their biggest pain point is journaling, right? If that's the case, then go ahead and make it. But that is really what you need to focus on, because when you can solve someone's most painful problem, that is when you will make a sale. Okay, let's quickly talk about how to make your ebook. Now, I get a lot of comments from people being like, I want a step-by-step tutorial on how to create an ebook. And look, I have that tutorial in my membership Freedom Creator Club. It's a screen share video, but I'm going to walk you through it. It's probably going to be a lot easier than you think it is, because this doesn't need to be complicated, okay? Here is how I create my ebooks. I open a Word document, easy, one click, free. Okay. Then I create bullets of what do I want included in that ebook. You want to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Now, you might be thinking, well, who would pay $59 for only 13 pages of my ebook, right? But let me ask you this. Would you rather learn how to make money from 13 pages or 300 pages, right? Like, who doesn't want to learn how to solve their problem faster and easier? Right? Like, people don't pay for the number of pages. They pay to get their problem solved as quickly and easily as possible. So what you want to do is make bullet points asking yourself, where are they now? What's their biggest pain point? And what do they need to learn to overcome that biggest pain point? And how can you teach that as succinct, short, and sweet as possible? Remember, the more pages does not equal more money and more sales. In fact, that will probably hold you back from sales, because people don't want to do a ton of work. They want it to be as easy and short as possible. And remember, the offer still stands for you to snag your seat to my totally free on-demand training that's going to help you discover how to come up with an idea for your digital product that will actually be profitable, how to grow your following, how to make your first sales, and how to automate them for consistent passive income. So go ahead, snag your free seat. It's the first link in the description below this video. Okay, so now let's talk about how to actually make those consistent sales, right? And how you're going to do that is, again, you're going to grow a following. You're going to make videos. You're going to put calls to action in those videos, just like I've done for my free training, right? And then what you're doing is you're moving your YouTube viewers to email subscribers, okay? So you're building an email list. And you might not know this, but email lists actually convert 40 times more to making sales than social media alone. So that is why you want to build an email list, also because you own it, right? You don't necessarily like own YouTube, right? You're kind of like renting. And so you want to move your viewers to email subscribers, and then you want to move your email subscribers to the checkout page for whatever it is you're selling. So you're going from YouTube to a freebie to an email list to a checkout page. YouTube freebie email list checkout page, YouTube freebie email list checkout page. And how you're going to make consistent sales is by just driving consistent traffic. Because if you're making videos consistently, you're getting consistent traffic, you're getting people to consistently opt into your freebies and join your email list, and you're consistently sending emails to move those email subscribers to your checkout page, and you're getting views on your checkout page growing consistently, that is what is going to make you consistent sales. So if there's one thing I hope that you take away from this video, it's that you do not have to wait, okay? You can get started today. Today can be your day one. In fact, everyone has a day one, right? I had a day one on YouTube. I had a day one with digital products. I had a day one with starting my first business, right? Everyone has a day one, and you just have to decide, is this something you're going to do one day? Or is this going to be day one? Now that you know which digital product I sold that made over $500,000 and how it changed my life and why you shouldn't sell on Amazon or Etsy, you might be interested in my list of 5 weird digital products that actually sell. But how do you get that? Well, all you got to do is watch this next video here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be even more powerful. And I am ready for this to be your day one and for you to take action. See you in the next video.